Hello, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday. I'm having a very tired Sunday night making this video for you guys. But recently I got a new plugin for Premiere and After Effects that many of you may have heard of, may not have heard of, FilmConvert Nitrate. And recently I've been trying to get a lot better at color work in my videos. It's something that I've struggled with for a long time. I'm not I'm not a good colorist at all. I'm pretty bad, actually. I've always used Lumetri Color as my primary tool for color correcting and color grading my clips that I make with my Panasonic GH5. And I've had a lot of trouble getting looks that I've liked, and some of that is just naivety on my part, not necessarily knowing the fundamentals of color grading and trying to figure this out and always shooting in log and stuff like that. But also part of it is that Lumetri Color is just not that good a color grading tool. It just isn't. And I've been finding this out more and more, especially talking to some other video editors and realizing that a lot of other people are having the same problem with Lumetri Color, and that is the stark decomposition of the clips that you essentially try and correct and grade in them, which is kind of messed up because it's not the software's job to destroy my clips. That's my job. That's my So anyway, I got FilmConvert Nitrate. My last video that I shot and edited and went up on this channel on Friday was completely graded in FilmConvert Nitrate. I didn't really use Lumetri Color in it. My plan is really to use Lumetri Color because it has the really great, I will say really great HSL secondary color tool and FilmConvert Nitrate sort of together to sort of get the best look for my videos. However, I just wanted to make a little video of like my sort of first impressions, little overview of the software itself, the plugin, what it looks like inside of Premiere, because maybe you guys haven't used it, and sort of just grade a couple clips, show you guys what those clips look like, and yeah, basically just give you my first impressions after I've graded it. So let's get on to the software and the overview. Alright, so we're here inside of Premiere Pro. This is a workspace that I had set up for when I'm coloring with FilmConvert and coloring in general. And we have some clips down here for our FilmConvert color grading test. Different variety of lights and settings, so that way you guys can kind of see what is going on within the program. So first thing is first, obviously, is choosing your camera for that it will essentially create its whole color science for, or whatever like that, right? It wants to make sure that essentially it's going to color correct for the camera that you used. Dang it. For the camera that you used, and for your exposure, which is good. So we'll just do this real quick. I've only ever used FilmConvert one other time, and it was for a video I just released. Second impressions, if you will. But I want to kind of, I don't know, take this time to show you what I've done so far in sort of learning how to use the program, things I would do inside of the program in order to make things work for what I do. So, and make things look good, hopefully. Hopefully we can get some decent looking images out of the clips that I have here. So, once we've set it to know what our camera is, scroll down here, and this is where we have all of the functions of FilmConvert. Now, this Kodak, I believe this is Kodak, KD5207 Viz 3 and the KD5213 Viz 3 are the two that I use, that in looking at them and trying them out, I've found the most what would you even call that? The most pleasure in editing and the image quality. So that's pretty good. I've also used this Fuji Super X400. Sometimes, depending on what the setting is, it'll give you a good image, but sometimes not so much. Sometimes it requires a lot of adjusting to get things to look correct. So usually the first thing I would do is take down this grain saturation, because color grain is just always going to look bad. Second off, with all of these clips and with the interface of the program, I really love the FilmConvert sort of simplistic interface that it has. Even though it's simple, it's very powerful in what it's able to give you. And I like the idea that you can export your LUTs that you've created when you have looks that you're satisfied with. So I really enjoy all of that about this program. So let us look at this image. This is very interesting. So the strength of our grain is at 100. I don't like how much grain that is, so we're going to tone that down to say like 24. I think 24 is pretty decent. All of this is pretty good. I'm wondering if, let's see if we could just throw grain only in the highlights and get the rest of this down, what that'll do to the image. Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, before we go to the next clip. So that's interesting. As you can see, there's only, let's just put that back to normal. Usually I like having grain sort of everywhere. I think it's, I don't know, I like the way that looks. I'm sure there are some instances in where grain and highlights only would probably be more beneficial in a setting where there's one light, but not necessarily like this. More where there's like one big overhead light, I would think. Grain only in the highlights would probably make more sense. Usually the film color, I tone it down to like 80. It's not that it doesn't look good. I think sometimes it's a little just overwhelming. But this doesn't look so bad. And then I love all of the different film sizes that you can essentially have and try and emulate. So I love like the 8mm film. I love how soft, I love how like the softness of that image looks really true to that. And then Super 8. 16 and Super 16, I'm finding I'm like really enjoying the look of those. And I don't know what it is about them. I think it's just because for me the Super 16 and 16 feel like just soft enough. If you were going for that really strong sort of shot on film vibe, like you really want people to know like, hey, this was shot on film, right? Because it's not that you can't get that with this 35mm full frame or 35mm Academy. It's not that it's impossible with that. It's just more that is a lot more refined and polished look. And sometimes the whole idea of getting a film emulation tool like FilmConvert would to have a good unpolished look that looks like it was shot on some sort of physical media like film, whereas an unpolished look for digital is absolutely disgusting to look at. So yeah, I'm gonna put this on, I don't know, I'm gonna go with 35mm Academy. I think that looks good, nice and sharp, but also still has good enough grain and everything like that. And let's see, so this is kind of just changing more of the grain size. Yeah, because Super 16 is at like 30. Yeah, so we'll keep it Academy 35. I like that. Gives me a very No Country for Old Men sort of look. And let's see what happens if we bring down the highlights. No. Okay, let's keep the highlights up because there's no information in that light bulb. I think that's pretty good. Midtones. No, let's keep the midtones maybe like this. And what if we brought the shadows up just a teeny? Just a teeny bit. Yeah, I'm liking that look because there's this sort of faded film sort of look that you get when you see a lot of things that have been shot on film. And that's kind of what you want to go for, right? When you get something like this. So I think that's pretty good. Maybe like 130 saturation. Yeah, like 130 saturation I think is pretty good. Yeah, okay, so that looks pretty good. I think I'm just gonna put like a slight S-curve. That might have been too much. Oh, I added another point by accident. Yeah, I think so. Obviously, oh, that's lower than I assumed it was. Yeah, so that's kind of, one thing you can do in a situation like this. Maybe if I brought the shadows down to like a bluish. That's not looking too bad, but I think I'd have to bring the shadows down if I'm gonna do that. All right, so that's not too bad. I would say that's a pretty decent look for something like this. I like the way like that wood looks right over here. I'm liking the way some of the shadows are looking. I like the sharpness and everything. There's no image decomposition, it seems, which I really like because, like I said earlier in my intro, a lot of the issues I was having, the reason I even picked up FilmConvert to begin with, is the idea that there was a lot of image decomposition using Lumetri color. I'd probably even use Lumetri color at points with FilmConvert in conjunction, which is what I pretty much would do anyway. I like some of the tools in Lumetri color, like the HSL secondary color tool, which obviously FilmConvert doesn't have. So that's something that I would always consider when I'm color grading things, depending on what looks I'm going for. But FilmConvert essentially does help a lot. I'm going to color grade the rest of these clips, and then I will show you what they look like all exported and everything with their grades and everything. So I'll show you that. So there you have it, my sort of first impressions of the software. I like all the sort of possibilities that there is within FilmConvert Nitrate in order to get looks that you want. Like I said, in those clips, I was pretty much just using it on its own without integrating any sort of HSL secondary color tool from Lumetri Color or any sort of things like that in it. I didn't use the channel mixer, which I usually use to sort of get the GH5 Vlog L colors into sort of Rec 709 colors. I didn't do any exposure correction for any of those clips. I tried to grade them all exclusively inside of FilmConvert Nitrate to get sort of, see what that program can kind of do on its own with my very limited ability to color clips. And I have to be honest, I really like it. Like I said, I did my last video, which was something like 20 minutes long. I did and had tons of different lighting and settings and visuals that would have required me to sort of jump and do different types of grades for every sort of new part of that video. And I really, really like the software. I think it's very intuitive. The best thing about it is that it's a very affordable color grading tool, especially if you're a student, you get a discount on it. It's less than $200 total. And it really does provide you very extensive color grading tools, because you get the film look of the, you know, the set films that are there in there, but you get to essentially manipulate that so much to the point where you can create entirely new looks out of that software that aren't even remotely close to what you had at the beginning with the defined preset of whatever film you had chosen. Which I think is really cool. I also love the grain tool. I wanted to have grain in a lot of my things for a long time, and I'm sick of downloading free grain packs off the internet. I really sort of enjoy how all of that sort of works together, and you get a really great non-footage crippling settings and just tools that make your footage look great without just completely destroying them, as Lumetri can do when you get into really heavy grades in that software, which is terrible because there is a lot of intuitive sort of things in there, and I love all the sections that it has, but it destroys my clips. So I'm kind of glad that something like FilmConvert Nitrate really exists for the very cheap price that it does. Obviously, I haven't done super extensive, crazy tests with it or anything like that. And I'm only just learning how to use it. I've only just gotten it in the last week. I've had less than a week to use this program. But I think it's a very valuable program. And as a person who makes videos, one thing that is sort of a rule when you're making videos and you're getting stuff is that you want everything to be good, but you want it to be fast. You want to get good quality, but you want to be doing it as fast as possible. And something like FilmConvert Nitrate allows me to do very good color grades that are way better than the grades I was doing before, if you could even call those color grades. It also allows me to do it very quickly. It's very organized. It's not this, how would you even call it? It's not like a maze to kind of get through and get all the different settings. It's really quite easy to use. Everything that's the most important is like right up in center at the top. I love the color wheels. I love all the films that they have. I hope that they put more films in there. I would love to see that in an update of some sort. I love all its exposure tools, and again, like I said, I like that it does not destroy my footage like Lumetri Color was doing. So that's just kind of my first impressions. I really, really like this program so far. Hopefully I'll get better at using it as time goes on. And I guess just look forward to seeing more videos getting graded in FilmConvert Nitrate, because they do look really good. That is true. They do look really incredible for what you're getting for the amount of money that you're paying for this program, which is not a lot of money, to be completely honest, for the power of this plugin. It does really amazing work. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm sure I'm going to do more videos about FilmConvert Nitrate and color grading and things I've learned and picked up and stuff like that. Maybe behind the scenes about how I colored some sort of short project that I've done for this channel. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys in the next video. So, look out for that. Adios.